Thanks very much for joining us here on this phone call, Tammy. For those that are watching this video, my name is Dalton Frank, and you're obviously seeing my stuff in the group and on my social media platforms, and I run a business called How to Stop Dieting. And here we're joined tonight with Tammy, who has just finished up our program up to about the week 10-11 mark, and now we're about to roll into, full week 12 mark now, but we're about to roll into some extra stuff. So I'll let Tammy will talk through that in a moment. But do you want to just kind of give a quick background and where you kind of discovered my stuff, or how you found out about anything about How to Stop Dieting or myself there, Tammy?
It was actually through Facebook. The post started coming up, and looked into that. I thought, oh, beauty is from Australia. It's not an American site. And it was, just great, all the info that you're putting out there. It was fantastic. So love, getting all the info coming through. And joining in when you had your lives and stuff like that. Yeah, it was good, really good.
Awesome.
And thought I needed that.
Yeah. So you saw some Facebook ads, then jumped in and joined the group, and then were watching any of the posts or the lives and stuff that I was kind of doing in there. Did you see any other stuff? Was I popping up through Instagram, or was it like any organic stuff, or did you just see it from that ad and kind of go straight into the group?
Yeah, I think I saw it on Facebook, and then joined the group. And it wasn't until later that I actually saw that you're on Instagram and stuff, but it was mainly Facebook is where I saw it first. Yeah.
Right, cool. And so when you were reading those posts and finding out about that, was there a particular type of content that you really enjoyed to either see in the group? Was it like a written or any of the video stuff or the lives? Was there a preference?
I don't think there was a preference. I think I was just trying to get as much info as I could, because for me, nothing had worked in the past. So, just trying to get as much information as I could, to see what I'd been missing, or, anything that I could sort of find that, to put me on the right path, so to speak. Yeah.
So I've got your results kind of on hand here to talk through in a second, but you actually just spoke on something that I'd love for you to elaborate, if you can. Your diet history, or your past history there, where you found that you really couldn't lose any weight for a few years. Would you walk me through what you have tried and had struggled with, and all the programs or whatever they may be, and then where you were kind of at with that journey? Were you willing to continue on, or were you at the end? How did you feel about it all?
Well, I feel like I've been dieting all my life. It feels like I've done Weight Watchers, I've done Jenny Craig. I think you name it, I've done it. And I guess a lot of them, it was either very expensive and no results, or you saw results, but it was not sustainable. Nothing, you couldn't keep it up. I was trying to, the last sort of real one that I did, I can't think of the name of it now, but basically the first 3 days you only ate protein, and then what you ate for the rest of the week was that low that you were just constantly hungry from the time you woke up to the time. And yes, I lost quite a bit of weight, but I could not keep going. I just and what you had one day was a cheat day, and the food that I ate on that day was unbelievable. It was anything that I could put in my mouth, I did, because I'd been starving myself all week. It was just crazy. And even though I lost weight, it got to a certain point, and it was just like, I can't keep doing this. My husband and I were both like, if I have to look at another can of tuna again, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yes. And then I guess just went straight back to eating whatever you wanted to, because you'd been restricting for so long. And put all the weight back on and more. And I guess, and then it come to just trying to, what you thought was eating a proper diet, I guess, and then looking at CrossFit. That was the next thing that I did was, right, that's going to be the next answer. But yes, I could lift heavy, and I couldn't do half the stuff on the bar or anything, but I could lift heavy, but I couldn't run. So that it felt, I guess I felt like a failure, because I thought this was my chance at losing weight and getting fit and all that sort of stuff. And no, I was good at lifting heavy weights, but that was about as good as at CrossFit as what I was. Nothing else was. I guess I think I even got bigger. And so if you want to do any rig work, like when you're weighing over 110 kilos, you can't sort of do much on the rig. So I got very disheartened very quickly. And I loved CrossFit. I loved it, but I guess there were certain aspects that I couldn't do. And yet again, doing CrossFit, you got so hungry that you were eating all the time and weren't losing any weight, putting weight on. So I guess I just wanted to find something, because when COVID hit, we stopped going to CrossFit, so we were doing everything at home, and I was doing CrossFit workouts at home and absolutely flogging myself every day and not seeing any results again. So I guess it just felt like no matter what I did, nothing was working. So I needed, I guess, the right answers and the right way to do things. And I guess I had never found that before.
Right. Wow. Thanks. So there's a few points that you mentioned in there that if we could go back to, the dieting, that phase, how long were you able to stay on that diet where you were successful but you felt super restrictive? Or how long did that last?
It was a few months.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember exactly how long, but I would say maybe 6 months.
Right.
Maybe.
It's a long time to stick with a program like that. Wow.
And I guess because you saw that you were losing weight, that sort of kept you going, like, we'll keep going, we're getting closer and stuff. But I think I lost maybe 10, 15 kilos. But after that, it was just you couldn't handle looking at tuna again.
Right.
And I still can't. And I guess, and then basically binge eating on one day a week, like, and you just felt like crap after that. And then the next day you basically had to starve yourself because you've eaten that the day before. It was just stupid cycle.
Right.
Nothing sustainable.
Yeah. And so talking about that, maybe in contrast to what we did, how did you find the Vitality script when you first joined up to that? Like, what was it in compared to what you've just been through with that restrictions or just completely smashing yourself when it came to training? How did you feel the Vitality script felt for you?
Well, I guess all the info that you'd put out was just amazing. And I think I messaged you one time. I messaged you and I think I'd said to you that I'd doing my workouts and cardio, because I was doing the bike, I think, for an hour or something or other as well. And you'd said to me, "What's your heart rate when you're doing the bike?" And I was like, "Oh, I've got no idea." So put on the watch, and it was, I don't know, probably 140 beats a minute or something stupid. And you said to me, you shouldn't have your heart rate over, what was 110 beats a minute or something like that. And so that first week, just after you saying that one thing, I lost weight that first week, and it was just that one little thing. And so it's like what you're telling me, it's like everything is right. Everything that you're telling me is right. So, so it was like, I've got to stick with this and find out all the right stuff so that, I can can get to where I want to get to. Yeah.
Right. That was awesome. So when you did start the Vitality script, you found that there was a lot of information and stuff in there. What about how, as we work together, how did you find that time or that experience of us working back and forth? Would you find like that there was enough communication, or would you have preferred more? This is totally a chance for you to give your like raw, honest feedback. I haven't coached or anyone. This is just having personal experiences.
I found it really, really good. All the info was there, the videos, everything for each week. It was everything that you needed. We had our weekly check-in, but I could message you whenever. didn't have to wait for that weekly check-in to be able to message you if I had any questions or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I found each week going through, and it was good because it wasn't too much info in at one time, because it was like basically one subject each week. It was, I found it really good. And I guess because I was so thirsty for knowledge or whatever, and you were able to put those things each week into practice. It was great, really good.
And that was going to be my next question for you, was like, how much did you find was just education versus how much was application? Because that's something that I really do try and consciously balance, is that as much as I love the education aspect of it and love reading all the science and the literature and being able to like communicate with everyone, I like to make it sure it's like as easy and practical. Did you find that was the case for yourself?
Definitely, yeah. And I guess it was all in, what would you say, layman's terms. Like it was easy to understand, easy to take it all in, and put it into practice as well. It was it was good.
Oh, how awesome. So I've got your results here, and so far, so like over the 12 weeks that we did the vitality script that we worked together for, you went from 111 kilos down to 101.6, which was a 9.4 kilo loss. And then there's been a small, as we transition out of a diet phase, or as we kind of move to this, there's been a little bit of weight recovery. That's normal. We kind of expect that. I want a little bit of weight recovery in this phase because we're about to continue on for another big chunk. So far in total, you've lost 9.4 kilos from that peak to the trough, or that is 20.6 pounds. So for those from the US that are listening to this, 20.6 pounds, that's Tammy's loss so far. How did you find that weight loss and fat loss? And we obviously were measuring in clothing size. How did you find that differed from what you've done previously in the past?
It was, I wouldn't say easy to do, but I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was something that was manageable. It was something that you weren't starving, you weren't, or I don't know how to describe. It was just it was so easy to follow. It was and giving the tools, like I guess you weren't starving, but if you got hungry, you gave in the vitality script, you've got everything there to help you deal with that. And all the things that you learn help you deal with it, so that you don't just go, oh, well, fuck it, I'll go and eat a bar of chocolate or whatever it is. That, I've got all the tools there to be able to get around that, or get over that. But I just found, and I guess because you were seeing results as well, yes, that kept you motivated and stuff. But I guess for me, it was like, this is working. Like, this is something that I can do for a long time, to be able to get where I want to get to.
Right. Did it feel like you were doing that 6 days of heavy restriction and then kind of force feeding yourself or binge eating like you were in that previous program?
Oh, definitely not. No. No, and I guess this was, you didn't feel like crap. There was none of that. It was like, I loved the food that I was eating. And it was, you just knew what you're going to have, because I guess I'm a creature of habit. I just was basically eating the same few things. And it's all the stuff that I loved to eat anyway. It wasn't tuna, for instance. So it was all the stuff that we loved eating. Hubby could eat it as well. It wasn't something that only I could have, that he wouldn't be able to eat it as well. So it was all fitted in with the lifestyle. It fitted. It was just, I don't know. I found it really good, really easy.
And when we think about the workouts that you're doing with CrossFit and then the added cardio on top of that, what was your workouts with the vitality script like in comparison to how much effort you're putting in with the CrossFit classes and the extra cardio there?
Like, I guess, like cardio, either going for a walk or being on the bike, like that was just total opposite, I guess, to what you think that you have to do to lose weight or to lose fat. You think that you've basically got to flog yourself to be able to lose anything. And that was great, because I got back into actually really enjoying going for a walk or getting on the bike, absolutely loving it. And I guess doing the weight training because I guess doing a CrossFit workout, you're trying to either do it as fast as you can or what it, it wasn't just lifting weights and stuff. And I guess I love lifting weights, absolutely love it. So, that side of things, absolutely love that. And it was, I guess, completely different to CrossFit again.
Yeah. And just recently, you managed to hit a PV or like even more impressive form with your chin-ups as well. So you're getting to a point where now we're focusing on performance-based movements, and you're almost getting to the point of doing a complete chin-up. So, which is so awesome.
Yes. And I have never ever been able to do a chin-up or anything close to that. So, and to feel, you just feel that your strength has increased that much. It's to be able to, I think I can do now for nearly 10 seconds. Like, yes, I've got a band, but I can actually lower myself for 10 seconds now. It's great.
Yeah, we're getting so close, and it's so exciting.
Yes. Don't call them drops anymore.
No, that's right. Yeah, it's controlled, right? Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
All right. So then, did you have any reservations about starting the Vitality script?
No. I think in my everything was just, I need to do this. This is everything is right, and everything is fitting in. I need to do this.
Right. And with that expectation, then how did you feel that it went the whole way through? Or did you find it either that I delivered as much as I said I was, or did you find that I under-delivered for you? How did that feel?
I would say you went way above anything that I expected. I guess some of the issues like menopausal things, like you did all that investigating for me. You went way over the top, and it was amazing. Like it was great. Like to know that you were there every step of the way, any issues, anything. It was great. It was I think even it was even more than what I was expecting. Yeah.
No, thank you. Thanks. So then when you think about your recommendations or how this kind of experience went for you, how would you, or what would your words be to anyone that's kind of listening to this, or anyone that's kind of watching out my stuff or any of the interactions in either the group or the social media? What would you say to them as like a way for them to kind of feel like that, like this program's for them? What recommendations would you have?
I would say get on it straight away. If you're like me and you've been struggling for what feels like most of your adult life, this will give you all of the tools that you need to be able to lose the weight, but also to have the lifestyle afterwards that you want, not to be on a diet forever, to be able to get to that place in your where I guess your weight loss goal, but then to be able to change that to that's going to be your lifestyle. And go out and actually enjoy your life, not be restricting and whatever else, learning how to include it all into your lifestyle and not put weight on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for sharing all these thoughts and insights, Tammy. That's very sweet. And I will post up and put in any of the around the video and stuff like that, all the stats that we had from our time. But thank you so much, and say goodbye to everyone. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.